Ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing? Welcome to the Saturday edition of the Paranormal Portal, and I'm your host, Brent Thomas, and this is our foray into all the dark and creepy, weird, crazy stuff that we cover on the shows. Hello to everybody over on YouTube. Hello to, what's the guy's name again? It's a brand new checker. It's a brand new viewer over on Twitch, a Nerdy Dude Gaming. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in and checking out the show, brother. Appreciate it. We're doing good here. We are broadcasting live on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook, on X, and on Rumble. 5 platforms. So we're slowly and categorically taking over the world. I think. At least I thought so. That's my agenda. Still got a long ways to go, but we're picking up steam. So, again, we closed the gap on the YouTube channel. As I told you guys last time, we were just about to tip 15,000 subscribers. Just so close. I think we're within 8 now. The magic number is 8. So if I can pick up 8 subscribers throughout the course of the show, I'll be happier than hell, just because I want to see what 15 looks like. I've been looking at 14 something for a long time now. So let's see what 15 looks like as far as the subs. And hey, gamer dude over on Twitch, spread the word over there, man. Get us some traction on the Twitch land. I've been broadcasting over there for about a year or so, and some people have stumbled in, but it's hard to get a little traction over there. So anything you can do, I'd appreciate it. What did I see? Someone was saying something to me in chat here. What did I miss? Brent, is the ghost radar on? That's why you're here, Rachel. You're keeping me in check, and several of you guys keep me in check. Let's get that on right now. We're going to turn on the ghost radar, and that is this thing right here, this green box on your screen. It's a ghost radar and a word database. It's built into the computer as a program. And I'm not saying it's necessarily ghosts, but something's causing the magnetometer in there to read something anomalous, and it triggers it. So could it be ghosts? Sure. We rely on electromagnetic readouts a lot in paranormal investigating. So that seems to be anomalous, and it certainly could be anomalous here too. What is the date? It is the 8th. Wow. November 8th already, folks. 2025. The ghost radar is now starting to churn it out. We'll keep an eye on it. Again, if you're looking at the ghost radar, this, where I'm circling right now with my mouse, that's an actual 2D plane length width of any anomalous stuff. It goes out to, the outer ring is like 25 yards, which would be, in most cases, well outside of my house. It's on the outer ring. If it's in the closer here, it's probably in the studio here with me. So keep an eye on that. You'll see balls appear sometimes, and maybe that's indicative of a spiritual presence. It's maybe absolutely nothing at all. We don't know any of the science behind it, really, just a lot of theories. But again, in paranormal investigating, we do rely on electromagnetic weird readouts as possible indicators of a spiritual presence. So yeah, you got to watch out for those gremlins. October, and now this month feels like it's going too fast. You got it right, Nerdy Dude Gaming. Sorry, your name's new to me, so my dyslexia kicks in, and I'll probably call you about 15 different things tonight. So just buckle up. It's just kind of my own idiosyncrasies, as it were. But great to see you all. It's last live show of the week. Remember, we do these live shows every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So this is the last one of this week. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to do my best to entertain the hell out of you. And, John says, I'll be 63 in 4 days. Ouch. So is 4 days, is that, let's see, that'll be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday night's your birthday, John. Is at least here on the show. if it's 4 more days, that is Wednesday, which will be just in time to show up and get a happy birthday from me. So happy birthday to you. In case I forget, though, I saw Matt Moneymaker on Tyrus's show last night. Don't know if it's recent or not, but I thought it was interesting. Very cool, Karen Alberding. Yeah, Matt Moneymaker's still out there doing his thing. He's just not on a channel anywhere that I know of. I'm sure he's still doing investigative stuff. I know he's pitched a few shows to try to pick up another angle. He was doing another opportunity of like finding Bigfoot, except it was finding Bigfoot and other cryptid stuff. It wasn't just Bigfoot. So I guess that didn't get picked up, but gotta appreciate that he's trying. I'd keep trying too. I mean, why not? What else do you got to do? Maybe he's got a lot to do. I guess the guy's an attorney after all. So maybe he's doing attorney stuff. But hey, Brent, that ghostly tombstone was like the ghost ship on the ocean. Not there, but people still see them. Oh, that's a good point. BJ Lapierre. Yeah, it was that from that image from our listener. Yeah, it was cool. I don't know how to explain what that was or how it was appearing that way, but it does seem like an impression of an old headstone. I do agree. That was a good angle you guys came up with on that. So fantastic. I don't have all the answers. Hell, I don't maybe have any answers, but I have ideas. But you guys have ideas too, and your ideas are just as valid as mine. So we'll just keep digging into this stuff. I miss Wednesday's work week. Oh, okay, John. Well, just from all of us, just know we love you, brother. Happy birthday. I hope Wednesday is a special day for you. And I hope you spoil yourself. I mean, you only get one day a year. That's just yours, and that's your birthday. Might be other people's birthdays as well, but that's not what I'm going. I'm just going with, take care of yourself. That's the day that's for you. So make sure to enjoy yourself somehow that day. Even if you're working. I don't know how that would be, but don't drink on the job or nothing. But anyway, if I don't show, happy birthday, says a Nerdy Dude Gaming over in Twitch. Very cool, man. Already part of the family of Nerdy Dude Gaming. See, I'm already screwing up your name. Just, don't take it personal. I'm an idiot. Lori Gibbs is here. Good to see you. Josie, don't crap out. Yeah, don't crap out, Josie. Good to see you, Lori. Mickey's here as well as Karen Alberding, as I said. Man from the West 420's here. Annie Manul is here. And this is the YouTube names. And, well, it might be in other platforms. I'm reading the chat that's on the screen right here. So I'm looking through it for names right now. What is it? Josie Nebby's here. Rachel Gets It Right is here. BJ Lapierre, of course, is here. As I just talked to her, I'm just looking for new names. Chucky Danger's in the house. Chucky's I was trying to get him to come on the show tonight, but he is busy, but he's going to pop in and be here. Well, there he is. Chucky, of course, is the architect behind the question of the week, and God bless him. He's a genius. I love that man. Jason Finch is here. Good to see you, Jason. Hope you're doing good, brother. Who else is new that I haven't read? Nathan Nate is here. Just cruising. I'm going to say a lot of ums. Get used to it. It's the only idiosyncrasy that I have for noises to try to fill time. Again, I said a Nerdy Gaming Dude is over on Twitch checking us out. God bless you for that. It's nice to see that Twitch icon pop up on the chat. I've been excited for that to happen. It has happened before, but it's just very sporadic. Hard to get any traction over on Twitch. Lori Gibbs. Good to see you, Lori Gibbs. I might have already said hello to you, but I'm saying it again because I just read it, and I have to make it sound like I meant it. Kel is here. Good to see you, Kel. Thanks for coming in. Vincent Sanchez is here. Excellent to see you guys. Owl 13's in the house. God bless you. Great to see all you guys. Let's see if there's any other names that I haven't already said. I'm just scrolling back to the beginning, and I think I got everything that was up there. I don't see any other names. Scrolling. Keep that mouse scrolling. Yeah, I know, an idiot. Hello Friend is here. Good to see you. Hello Friend. Kat Dougherty's here. That's wonderful. Gemgwin is here. That's excellent. Great to see all you guys. Thanks for coming in. And I think that's the list. Over on Rumble, I got Barbara Mora hanging out with me. So God bless you, Barbara, for hanging out. I haven't seen anybody pop up from X or Facebook, but that's okay. I mean, if you're there, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thank you for being here. But if you want to shout out, you got to type something because otherwise I don't have any idea you're watching. So we have a lot to get to. Obviously, of course, tonight we're going to be getting to the news, which is something we get to every night. And then we're going to get to the question of the week. And then we're going to get to an article. Then we're going to get to what the hell is that? And then we're going to get to the cryptid corner. And then we're going to get the hell out of here, because that's about all the time we'll have. We're going to do 2 full hours of the show. Well, almost 2. I don't know. I started a couple minutes late, but close to 2-ish. We're doing 2-ish hours of the paranormal. I don't know. Patty Troy's in here. Hi, Patty. Good to see you. I'm a little raspy tonight. As I sit idly in my studio for plenty of hours, and then I try to talk like a broadcaster for 2 hours, and my voice goes... Happens. I don't know. I'm getting old, maybe. I feel old, but there we go. Okay, so I think I've said hello to everybody I can say hello to. I think I've told you what we're doing as much as I know. Again, the show is never scripted, so I have things that I at least plan to hit during the show, but if we end up going another direction, we'll go another direction. But if you haven't heard for some of these segments, if you're new to the show, you're like, what the hell is that? What is that? Or question of the week, what? Hang on. This is kind of a paranormal variety show. It's where we cover a lot of variety throughout every episode. I'm doing the hand gesture because that makes it look cooler. And we get into a lot of different stuff, a lot of different topics. But hopefully you find it entertaining and enjoyable, and maybe learn something. But maybe just kick back and meet some great people. Now, I will tell you, one of the greatest takeaways that I ever get from these shows, and I love doing them, and I like when people say, oh, it was a great show, and that's wonderful. But one of the greatest compliments that I get is when people come and check out the show and they go, man, your chat room is so cool. There's such great people in there. And it's like, yeah, they are. But it's the one part of the show that I really can't take any credit for, because you all found me and you all made this a home. So special thank you to all of you guys who come in all these nights and come and hang out and talk with everybody in the chat. And you've created your own community. You've created your own friendships and relationships. Hell, we even got a portal baby that happened because of this show. And that, of course, is from Isaac and Kirsten, who got together as a result of being in the show. And they got busy. And they got a baby Ethan, and he's a beautiful little boy, just a sparkling little magical eyes. He's just a little bright light. So it's a great community, but thank you all for being here and making this a part of your world. And because you are sure filling huge holes in my world. You're making me feel joy every time I do these shows. So special thank you to all of you guys. Paranormal Portal Tex sent me over here. God bless Tex. Love that man. I miss Tex. Used to be Tex and me on Saturdays. I just know he's got a really funky schedule now. So hopefully he'll get a Saturday night off and can come back with us, because I miss doing the Saturday shows with Tex too. Next Saturday, we do have a guest. We're going to be joined by Brandon from Tinfoil Tales. He's going to be coming here on the show, hanging out with us, and we're going to have a 2-hour talk with him. So that's next Saturday, a week from tonight. So I appreciate it. Dog Digger showed up over on Rumble. Good to see you, brother. There's 3 of us over there. It's growing like a rash. We're growing. That Rumble's going to grow and grow. I'm so chatty, but Paul and y'all know ESP, right? Now cracking a cork. What's going on over there, Lori? What is it? Sorry. All right, well, let's get to the show. I've been yapping long enough, and I guess we should put the rubber on the road, and maybe that didn't sound right. I'm going to just actually start doing the show. I was trying to come up with a figure of speech, but everything sounded stupid in my head. So I'm like, no, let's just do the show. So the first part of the show that we do, ladies and gentlemen, is the news. All right, we'll be here, Nerdy Dude Gaming. Sorry. I don't know. You should change it to Nerdy Gaming Dude. That comes off the tongue easier. But have a good sandwich. We'll be waiting for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Paranormal Portal News. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Paranormal Portal News Desk, where we dive into all the creepy, weird, wonderful news that I can find and bring to you. And always, oh, there's a link. Rachel, you're just on the ball. That's crazy. Crazy good. Thank you. I'm just looking at Josie's chat. He's a good one. Roommates say this place is haunted. I don't see it. I lived here for 200 years. I got it. That was good. That's hilarious. I think I saw that now that it's registered in my gray matter. It's like, oh yeah, that one. I remember that one. That's a classic. All right. So I read it like twice and then decided to read it out loud. And I'm like, wait, no, I get it now. Yeah, like I said, I'm an idiot with a microphone, but I love doing it. So let's get to the news. This is, of course, we utilize a lot of different sites throughout the course of these shows. And these sites are so incredibly well done. And I just implore you guys, please visit these sites. Please go check them out. Go check out all that they have to offer. There's so much amazing information on every one of these sites. We touch on a little sampling here and there, but there is so much more. So please check out these sites. Please give them your love, because your traffic does equal revenue. And it helps to keep the lights on. I don't want these sites to go anywhere. I rely on them. They're so incredibly phenomenal. You know, I know I gush about them all the time, but I really do mean it. I've done this show for a long time, and I've been through many different sites, and sometimes they're like, oh, it kind of sucked, you know. But these sites that I've found now are just the ringers. They're really good sites. So that's why I'm constantly singing their praise, because they're doing it better than anybody else I've ever found out there. So please support these sites. All right, let's get to the show of the news. And the site we utilize for the news, and have for quite a long time now. It's been a mainstay here on the show. Hairball. All right, did you miss anything? Not yet, because I'm just starting the news, so you're just in time. All right, we're going to go to the site that we use for the news, and this is unexplained-mysteries.com. And again, I say unexplained-mysteries.com because that's important. That's the URL. That's how you find this site. You have to put the little dash marker in there. So I make sure to enunciate it every time, because I'm sure there's unexplainedmysteries.com. It's not this site. That's another site. So make sure you put the dash in there if you're looking for unexplained-mysteries.com. And they're bringing us a story here. This has got to be a rarity. What are the odds? I think you got to buy a lottery ticket if this happens to you. What am I talking about? Well, from the world of the bizarre, driver gets a scare when a meteorite strikes his windshield of his Tesla. Look at that, a meteorite. How do you know it's a meteorite? How do you know it's not just, well, maybe is that a back window? No, that's the front window, right? How do you know it's not just a rock? How do you know it's a meteorite? Because I managed to catch rocks all the time. Be like driving along, that noise, and then the crack appears. It's like, God damn it. You know, it's just one of those things. I mean, that looks like a hell of an impact, though. It looks like a golf ball size thing, maybe, but my God. Let's see what it says. The terrifying incident occurred out of the blue while the veterinarian was driving back to his home in South Australia. Dr. Andrew Melville Smith, who hails from Whyalla, I'm going to guess that's how you pronounce it, had been heading home in his brand new Tesla Model Y recently when a sudden loud crash prompted him to hit the brakes. I thought we'd crashed, he said. I was in shock, and I remember wiping glass particles from my face and being completely disoriented. And after he'd managed to compose himself, he realized that something had struck his windscreen. It's from Australia or the UK if they say windscreen. We say windshield in the US. Spreading small fragments of glass all over the inside of the car. Far from being something he had crashed into, however, it looked as though something hot had fallen out of the sky and struck the car with such force that part of the glass had actually melted. Ooh, that's... Seriously? Wow. Incredibly, it seems as though a meteorite may have been to blame. Dr. Melville Smith had been incredibly lucky or unlucky, depending on how you look at it, as he had been traveling at 68 miles an hour at the time, and it was dark out, so it was a miracle that he had managed to stop safely. The space rock itself must have bounced off as there was no sign of it in the car. Keen to get a second opinion, he decided to approach the South Australian Museum about the incident. And once I looked at all the details, and the glass of his windscreen seems to have melted a little bit, said the acrylic layers in the glass have discoloration, almost like they've been burnt, said Museum Minerals and Meteorites Collection Manager Dr. Kieran Meaney. What a meanie. You know, that kid got a lot of crap growing up. It was certainly hit by something, and it was something hot, and we don't have another good explanation for what it could have been. If confirmed, this will be the first case ever of a meteorite striking a moving vehicle, and the odds of this happening are probably around 1 billion to 1. It seems like it should be bigger than that, doesn't it? Like you have 1 billion odds of it not happening, but 1 chance in 1 billion that it will happen. Wow. I don't know. That's crazy. Glad everybody's okay. Wish they would have caught the rock, though. I wish you would have been able to find it, because that'd be cool. I mean, meteorites are actually worth a lot of money, especially if they're magnetic. Apparently the magnetic ones are worth a lot of money. Like museums and science places are buying them up, and they pay a premium price. I mean, it's got to be, I don't know what the dollar amount is, but it can be pretty astronomical for what they're willing to pay, or at least they were willing to pay. I don't know if they're still forking out that much cash for meteorites now, but I know there's a lot of people that were just going out trying to find them. So very cool story. And you heard it here. You might never have heard that before in your life, but you're welcome. That's the power of the Portal News. Let's go to the next one, because there's always more. And the next article is also from unexplained-mysteries.com. I think you got 4 of them. I don't know if we're going to do all 4 or not. This one might be kind of dry. I guess it's not bad. As you may or may not know, obviously the universe has been in a pretty constant state of expansion. It's believed that the universe is actually expanding at a rate that's faster than the speed of light. But if that concerns you, maybe time anomalies or some issue with relativity, well, apparently it's been working out just fine. But here's some good news if that concerns you. From the space and astronomy files of unexplained-mysteries.com, the expansion of the universe may be slowing down, new study claims. You guys are probably, I don't care. Well, I'm just telling you. Sometimes information is fun. Like, you can just whip this out. Hey, well, you ever talking to some astronomers? I kind of said that wrong, didn't I? I said astronomers, and I meant astronomers. But if you're ever talking to them, you can whip that out. Well, I hear the universe expansion is actually slowing. I'd be like, why, yes. And suddenly you'll seem intelligent and you can engage in conversation. Well, at least that's my excuse. Here we go. What the hell's happening? Jesus. My computer's kind of freaking. Physicists have cast doubt on the long-held notion that the expansion of the universe is accelerating. See, I didn't know that either. I didn't know they were kind of believing it was accelerating. Back in 1929, Edwin Hubble, the man after which the Hubble Space Telescope is named, observationally confirmed that the universe is not static, but is in fact constantly expanding. More recently, observations by modern telescopes have indicated that the universe isn't just expanding, but is actually doing so at an ever-accelerating rate. Now, however, new research has turned this idea on its head, instead indicating that the expansion of the universe is not actually accelerating at all, but is in fact getting slower. Well, there you go. Nothing to see here. Move along. Excuse me. There's also evidence to suggest that dark energy, the mysterious form of energy thought to be responsible for the universe's expansion, is getting weaker over time. Our study shows that the universe has already entered a phase of deceleration expansion. At the present epoch, what's an epoch? That the dark energy evolves with time much more rapidly than previously thought, said study's lead author, Professor Young-Wook Lee, of Yonsei University in South Korea. If these results are confirmed, it would mark a major paradigm shift in cosmology since the discovery of dark energy 27 years ago. There you go. The new research calls into question the original method used to determine the universe's expansion is accelerating, which involved observations of certain types of exploding stars. Man, it just sometimes makes my head hurt to try to understand this. Now, though, scientists argue that the differences in light observed from these objects may simply be down to natural variations, thus invalidating the original accelerated expansion idea. By contrast, their own recent findings seem to suggest that the complete opposite is happening. Further analysis and study, however, will be needed to confirm whether or not this is truly the case. Well, there you go. Time will tell, I guess, is what we can bake that down to. We can just thin out that broth to get down to the gravy that time will tell. There you have it. I don't know. What does that mean? Probably doesn't matter to us because I'm sure by the time anything meaningful happens, we'll long since be the dust of a dead star, probably. I mean, this stuff is in terms of billions or trillions of years. It's so beyond the scale of our comprehension. So whatever it does, it does. I don't know. Let tomorrow worry about it, I guess. There you go. You might not have known that before today, but you're welcome. More. See, by the time you leave this show eventually, you might be intelligent. It doesn't work for me, but I'm thinking maybe it will for you guys. I'm sure many of you are brilliant and intelligent anyway, but let's go to the next one from unexplained-mysteries.com. This is the UFO phenomena files. Former Mexican governor shares video of strange orbs near his property. What? True. All right, here we go. Jaime Rodriguez. Yeah, I thought I was going to say Jaime Maussan. I was going to be like, oh, that guy again. And I don't have any issues with Jaime Maussan, but he's been at the helm of a lot of controversial claims throughout the years. I'm not saying none of it's without merit, but some of it does seem pretty questionable. Like he's really pushing his name to be out there attached to everything he can. But this is a different guy, so let's see what it says. And this is actually from one of the clips, I guess. That does look like an incredible capture, actually. That does look like a golden orb next to a hillside. Wow. All right, Jaime Rodriguez sparked a debate online after sharing a series of clips of the phenomena. The former governor of Nuevo León, Rodriguez, has become aware that mysterious orb-like lights had been seen on multiple occasions moving around the hills surrounding his ranch at night. Yeah, I mean, that's not what you expect to see around your hills at night. I'm just saying. I mean, you can actually see that light is illuminating the hillside. So could it be faked? Sure, but I don't know. Anyway, there is legit video out there. Everything could be faked, so don't get caught up in it's AI, everything's AI. Well, no, not everything is. There are legitimate clips out there, but it's just harder and harder to differentiate those from the trash people are manufacturing. On a social media post, he shared a compilation of video clips clearly showing the orange orbs hovering and moving slowly around on the hillside. The footage is intriguing because it shows the same phenomena from multiple angles, and the orbs seem to be genuinely emitting light as they can be seen illuminating the terrain around them. What do you see in these cases? Does anyone know about these matters? It's very close to the ranch in Icamole. I don't know how to pronounce that, but that's the best I got. Rodriguez wrote, the mystery gained further attention when controversial UFO researcher, there he is, Jaime Maussan, shared the clips on X while asking his own followers to comment on them. As things stand, no conclusive explanation of the orbs has been forthcoming. What else could they be? What could they be? Are they genuine phenomena or an elaborate hoax? You can check out the footage for yourself below. And by God, wouldn't be the news if we didn't check it out. We're going to go to Grupo Reforma. They got 1.47 million subscribers. Here I am struggling for 15K. Come on. Give me some love. Let's check this out, though. I want to see these videos, see what they look like. Here we go. If there's music, I'm going to have to mute it, but let's check it out.
Jaime Rodriguez.
Okay, I don't speak that, so we'll just mute it. But these are the videos. Let's maybe blow it up even more. Look at that. I mean, that's, if it's not AI, that's really clearly moving through those trees and in those little valleys and stuff. Got a little leg spikes here and there. Sorry about that. I would like to rewatch that. Hold on. Yeah, it's much more fluid without the leg spikes. I mean, these are great captures, potentially. Huh. El Norte. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. Into the ground. Into the ground. Or into, well, there's 3 of them on that one. That's pretty good. I mean, these are really compelling videos. I don't see like the usual camera feed marks where it gives you the time and the date and stuff. But that, I mean, it looks really pretty convincing. He's got a ton of cameras though. Look at that one. Wow. From Grupo Reforma. I don't know. That's, it's hard to say. Could it be fake? Sure. Everything can be faked, but it could also be real, folks. This could be real footage that we're watching. I don't know the date. Again, with the videos, you usually look for those standard, basically time date stamps where it shows you a little bit of information about what you're seeing, when you're seeing it, some of that kind of stuff. But I don't think it told us when this was happening. It just said it's happening and he's caught it on film, and I don't see any dates. So what is it? I don't know. It could be the real thing though, folks. You could be seeing actual. Now I will tell you that that's a much bigger version of what I've seen. I saw orbs once, but they were literally the size of like a 50-cent piece. They weren't enormous. They were just little golden balls of light, kind of the same color actually. I'm just put it out there. That's kind of the same color that I saw. I think it's fascinating. I think it could be proof. The videos from the security cam in Mexico, 2 orbs turned into 2 boys walking outside of the building. Great video. I've not seen that. Dalila, if you, I presume I'm pronouncing that right. If you get videos like that, could you send me links at paranormalportalradio@gmail.com? Again, paranormalportalradio@gmail.com. I'd love to see things like that. I do see a lot of things because I'm constantly browsing this stuff, but I don't see everything. So if you catch a good one like that, please send it to me. I'd appreciate it. And we'll certainly use it when we hit the what the hell is that segment, if you do. So please send anything like that you find right to me. What are we looking at here? Well, honestly, it literally could be legit. It could literally be a hoax. It could be an AI render. It could be any number of things. It could be CGI. Using a free program that does Hollywood grade CGI effects called Blender. It's a free program. Anybody can download it and learn it. It's a great program. I've used it myself. I think it's wonderful, but all of these things would be possible on a program like that too. So the fakery is it's not lost on me that any of this can be fake, but it could be real because that's like on any number of other orb videos, especially UFO orb videos that I've seen over the years, long before AI and long before a lot of the versions of CGI program. So I think it's great stuff, but I'll send a video of Marfa lights, not like that, but similar. Yeah, please do. I'd love to see all of that, guys. I'm loving the show so far. Nerdy Dude Gaming says, well, I love you so far too. See what we got going on here? Love. There's nothing but love. Thank you. So yeah, I think it's a great possibility, folks. We could be looking at the real thing. So I find that. I'm sorry. We're not done yet. I've got more. I thought about not doing this story just because I mean, obviously politics right now is a really tough subject for people to get into. And honestly, I always stay way away from politics. I don't engage in that on the shows. Everybody has their own political opinions. I have mine. Are they right? Hell, I don't know, but they're as well researched as I can spend time doing it. So I hate to mention even some of these people that are involved in politics because I know it gets people's ire. And I've kind of struggled with, do I share this story or not? I think I'm gonna, because it's the context that I'm more interested in as far as the sake of the show. So please, I don't want to hear political statements in the chats. Just realize everybody's a person, whether they're in the public spotlight or not. They all have opinions on what's going on with stuff, not just in the political world, but in, spiritual and supernatural worlds, and that's okay. So please suspend the normal judgments, because I don't ever want it to go that way. That's not the scope of this show. The show is open and welcoming to all people to talk about all this weirdness that we love. So, all right, here we go from the unexplained-mysteries.com. Aliens may be demons, Marjorie Taylor Greene tells Bill Maher. I don't know how people get there. How do they get there? It's like aliens are demons. And she's not alone in that. I've heard that dozens and hundreds of times. I don't know. How does somebody get to, well, I don't know what it is. It's got to be demons. And I understand utilizing your faith as a guide throughout the course of your life. I understand that there's religious texts that are incredibly comprehensive and seem to cover pretty much mostly anything you might run into in your life. So we adhere to that. But I don't know how you get to, hey, what is those lights in the sky? Oh, there's allegedly people in them from somewhere else, and they look really weird and different. They must be demons. Now, I will say that I've heard plenty of stories of people claiming, look, if you're being abducted, for Christians, invoke the name of Jesus Christ and it'll stop. And hell, maybe they're right. Maybe they're right. But it's still a bold statement to make. And I think with anybody, what if I'm trying to think of a parallel statement I could make that wouldn't be grounded. What if we found out that sugar candies will cure Alzheimer's? There's a possibility, and maybe there's some information out there that might suggest that that's the case. And so people go, well, if you got Alzheimer's, you just eat sugar candies. It's fine. You're going to be all better in no time. Well, we can't make that claim yet. We have a lot of learning to do. We don't know what sugar candies. Is there certain flavors? Is there certain measures of sugar candy that'll do that? And by the way, no, sugar candies don't cure Alzheimer's, so don't take that as I'm just using an absurd example. But some people will take little pieces and draw a whole belief system on them. I don't think we can make those kind of statements like, well, aliens are demons, obviously. What? Huh? So, yeah. That's a good point, Delilah. And angels too, not just demons, they say. True enough. But let's see what this article says. Again, I don't have anything against this person as far as who she is, what she represents, whatever. But I think these kind of statements are incredibly premature. So the Georgia politician and conspiracy theorist has made unusual remarks during a televised interview. And there's no doubt that there are countless people across the United States who believe that we're not alone in the universe, but for some, the UFO phenomenon is perhaps less about aliens from space and more about angels and demons. Well, there you go, angels and demons. During an appearance on Friday's Real Time with Bill Maher, U.S. House member Marjorie Taylor Greene expressed one such viewpoint when the topic of UFO disclosure was brought up. In particular, she suggested that demons might be an explanation for sightings of UFOs. Do you think demons and the devil are real? Absolutely. I'm a Bible-believing Christian, Greene replied, and I believe those could be fallen angels. Fallen angels? The aliens are fallen angels? Asked Maher. Well, that's possible. I think that's what they could be, said Greene. That's what makes sense in my worldview. Fair enough. That's her worldview. She's owning it. But another participant on the show at the same time was the Fifth Column podcast host, Michael Moynihan, who was also asked whether he agreed with Greene's stance. Nope, he replied, I'm sorry. Interestingly, Greene is not the only prominent U.S. politician to suggest that aliens may be demons. Even Vice President J.D. Vance has stated support for this idea. I'm a big believer that there are things out there that we can't explain, Vance told The Hill recently. And so if another person sees an alien, maybe I see an angel or a demon. Is it aliens, or is it our guardian angel? Is it aliens, or is it not so guardian force that doesn't care about us, or in fact wishes us harm? I don't know the answer to that question. That's not really as damning as it sounded initially, because he quantified it. So, I mean, again, this isn't about politics, but it's about people having these very, I don't know, almost arbitrary views of this stuff. Like, well, I don't know what it is, but the Bible says this, so that must be what it is, which requires judgment, right? I don't know. I judge not lest ye be judged. I don't know. I just don't think that's good. But again, it's nothing against these people as far as who they are and what they do. That's up to you all individually to make your own political ideals or to follow your own political path. But I do think that statement is incredibly, I don't know, premature, at least premature. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was the news. Now you know a little bit more, maybe, than you knew before you came in. Or maybe you're just entertained a little bit more than you were before you came in. Whatever the case is, I hope you enjoyed it. And we got a lot more show to get back to. So let's get back to the rest of the show. Here we go. Nerdy Dude Gaming says, I am informed and entertained. Mission accomplished. I've done my job. The news did its job. So we got a lot more to get to. Obviously, we're going to, I'm trying to think, what do we got for time? 7:49. I'm going to go right to the question of the week part now, because I do want to get to what the hell is that, and the cryptid corner. If we don't get to the article tonight from Thought Catalog, that's fine. We can hit that on Wednesday again. But anyway, aliens and demons are different. They are. Absolutely. They are. But let's get to, I don't want to click that. What the hell was I doing? Almost clicked the wrong thing. Would have been hell to pay if I'd clicked the wrong thing. Trust me. We're going to get to this though, folks. So I hope you're ready. It's time for You got it, folks. It's time for the Discord question of the week. And again, this has been championed by our very own Chucky Danger. And Chucky's done an amazing job. Now, if you're not familiar with this show, we do have a Discord server as well. You can just go to https://discord.gg/paranormal portal. And that will bring you into our Discord server. So you're welcome to join. It's open to everybody. I just, again, ask that you don't talk about politics or treat people poorly, because our incredible army of mods will make your stay very brief. And that's not welcome. And that includes if people are airing their opinion about something, let them have it as long as it's not hurtful. Sorry, I just had this weird burp thing come up. But there you go. This is it. So the question of the week is an opportunity where we post, and by we, I mean Chucky, posts a question about the paranormal, Fortean, supernatural stuff, meaning it could be a UFO question, aliens. It could be about ghosts or spirits or demons. It could angels. It could be about cryptozoological things like Bigfoot or Dogman or Loch Ness Monster or whatever, or just strange phenomena like the Mandela effect, time slips, etc. So we cover all this stuff, and it's our opportunity to ask you guys a question about one of these things and just to hear what you have to say. And the reason I love this segment so much, and I'm so happy. Why am I so far over? Feels like I got to turn my camera a little bit. There we go. Now I'm more centered. It feels like all the time throughout the course of the show is you hear what I think, because I got a microphone. I'm telling you all the time. I'm filling it with my opinions, my ideas, And I might be right, I might be wrong, I might be absolutely off base or maybe close to the mark. But the thing is that with all of this stuff, we don't know what the hell is going on with any of it. We don't know what the nature of these things are. So any idea, if you're truly following the scientific method, the truly scientific method is to offer room for every possibility until you can systematically remove them by testing and trial. And with this stuff, we can't systematically remove this stuff. So any idea is just as valid as any other. So don't be ashamed or shy to state what you think it might be, because at the very least, we're looking at all angles. We're looking at all possibilities, and you're not right and you're not wrong. It's your idea, because we can't prove right and we can't disprove wrong. So just let it go. Put it out there. I'm a bit uninformed. What is the Mandela effect? Nerdy Gaming Dude Gaming says Mandela effect is this, some people chalk it up as these memory glitches where people remember things like the Berenstain Bears rather than the Berenstain Bears. Different spellings of things. Looney Tunes, or as Tunes, or Looney Tunes as in Toons. It's like somehow large segments of our population have a memory of different things than what they are now. Disney film like Snow White. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? Well, now it's apparently saying magic mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all. When I was a kid, it was mirror, mirror on the wall. The lion laying down with the lamb in the Bible is now the wolf laying down with the lamb. So it's like something shifted, and these are the little subtle things that are left behind. And we call them the Mandela effect because there was a great segment of the population that remembers Nelson Mandela, the South African activist who stood up in the face of apartheid, was imprisoned, but there's a great segment of the population that remembers watching his funeral in the 80s, only to find out that he lived well past that time. They said they watched it on TV, all the dignitaries that came out for his funeral, the great funeral procession that they observed, and yet he was alive. So what happened? Fruit of the Loom. Yeah, look at the chat as well on the side here. People are listing some others that they know. Fruit of the Loom underwear, having a cornucopia and not having the cornucopia. Yeah, exactly. So these are Mandela effects. They're called that. It's a very intriguing. It is. And I'm sure if you read through the Mandela effect things, you would be shocked that what you remember isn't exactly what it is now. As if we jumped into a dimension where things are just a little bit different. And people try to make sense of that. Hey, Mr. Lon Strickler is in here. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. So that's what the Mandela effect is. So this is the question of the week where we're asking you guys, what's your ideas of some of this weird stuff we discuss? So this is what the Discord server looks like over here. And this is the question of the week. And this has been championed by our very own Chucky Danger, who asks a question every week. And you guys can go in and just comment on it. And today's question is, for this week, what is the one aspect of the paranormal that you think deserves more attention and research, and why? And great question. I think it all deserves more research, but I like the angle here. So let's see what it's going to say. Eric the Wandering Purple Hobbit comes in and says, it's all pretty well covered from one angle or another. I think the chick man phenomena is worth serious attention. I have to admit, I don't know what the chick man phenomena is. Is that tongue in cheek, or is that a serious thing? Now I'm curious. I'm going to have to look it up. Remind me to look up chick man phenomena, because I don't know what that means. Let's turn it off of this so I can see the name. The Batman comes in next and says, as UFOs are falling out of the paranormal area and going mainstream, I would have to say cryptids. There is no good reason we can't blanket an area and figure out what lives there. True. I mean, there is truth to that. I know that there are research efforts to even use like dirigibles, like blimps that have thermal cameras and stuff, because they would run quietly and could cover an area and possibly find heat signatures of something anomalous, like a dogman or a Bigfoot or, Slender Man, or, well, maybe not Slender Man, I think, but like ghouls or rakes as they've come to be known. There's plenty of efforts like that are at least in the planning phases. I don't know if it's ever been implemented. Actually, Lon Stricker would be a great person to ask, because Lon is at the forefront of several investigation efforts with his Phantoms and Monsters groups.
Tuba.
My ghost box said tuba. Why a tuba? I don't know. It's random. Ghost Radar said tuba, ladies and gentlemen. But Lon has been at the forefront of a lot of those things. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're not familiar with Phantoms and Monsters Radio, you should get familiar with it. Lon's show actually precedes the Paranormal Portal on Friday, and it makes an epic Friday lineup where you can watch Phantoms and Monsters, a radio, which is Lon's stream, where he discusses some aspect of all these wonderful realms, and even opens it up to chat questions and stuff. You can catch him for an hour, and then when he's done, the Paranormal Portal goes live on Friday, and then following the Paranormal Portal, you can hang out with Dave Scott and Spaced Out Radio. So it's an incredible Friday lineup, so don't miss it. But Lon is a pillar in our community. He's been at this for decades, and you should check out phantomsandmonsters.com, because there are literally thousands of encounter stories and claims that Lon records and catalogs over there, and has an amazingly huge repository. So please support what Lon is doing. So, Clickman, I don't even know what that is. Yeah, and I think that you're right, Batman. More research, more comprehensive research should be done, but it's all about funding, and it's all about time. And unfortunately, you and I and people like us are the champions of this stuff. Nobody on the official scientific side is going to pick up this mantle, at least not yet. Because science is funded. Science is paid for. And so it's going to be hard to get people to really devote a lot of serious resources and research towards this, because anybody that would pick it up jeopardizes the existing funding they have for other projects or future projects, just because there's still a stigma around this stuff. So it's hard to get that official effort and investment, but I believe it'll come. And I believe that the playing field is evening out, where it's more common that people believe in ghosts or UFOs or Bigfoot. I mean, hell, drive anywhere and check out the cars around you. You're bound to see a Bigfoot sticker, at least in every place that I've ever been. I see them. It's like, oh, Bigfoot, that guy's Bigfoot stickers, And it's not because they like beef jerky. Has anyone been watching the Dan Burrish interviews? I haven't. I don't even know what that is, Wes. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Wes Grimmer of Sasquatch Chronicles in the chat as well. Jesus, it's like a who's is who's. And then Tinfoil Tales, Brandon's here. My God, it's an epic show. You guys all came for me. Aw. So I have not been watching it, Wes, but I'd love to know more about what that is. Interesting. All right, let's get to the next one. The Batman comes in and says, as UFOs are falling... Oh, I already read that. There's the ghosts. There's one sitting on my lap, apparently. I'm getting a lap dance right now, ladies and gentlemen. I can't feel a thing, so no good. I already read the Batman, so let's go to TT, who says thought forms. Thought forms. That's a great idea. I think that's an epic idea, because I think there's a strong possibility that at least some of the paranormal experiences people have are self-manifested. I think that there's a strong potential that we are manifesting, at least in some cases, not to suggest there isn't genuine independent phenomena of its own, but I do think that we are incredibly capable of potentially manifesting activity for ourselves, much like the poltergeist phenomenon that's believed to be manifested from usually kids, but not always. I think that even hauntings and more mundane hauntings and presences can be manifest by people believing in it. And so take, for instance, Myrtle's Plantation. there's a lot of apocryphal, and by that I mean legendary, stories of things that have happened at Myrtle's plantation. But the truth of the matter is there's almost no historical evidence to back up any of those claims, and yet people experience them. So does the activity manifest because of the expectation? So I think thought forms are an interesting idea, but that would not just be one phenomenon; it could be many. Perhaps that's maybe that's some sampling of why people see Bigfoot evaporate in front of them. Maybe it was more of a manifestation or a thought form manifestation than it was actually a physical being. Not to suggest that that couldn't be possible, that there is a physical creature that can do that, but I don't understand it. But, I'm just saying. Interestingly enough, for every paranormal experience, there is an experiencer. And they are somehow involved in that process. And I realize that sounds super simplistic to say that, but I think that we are incredibly profound manifestors of our reality. And so maybe not all of it is not all of it is given to us by an outside entity. Maybe we're somehow projecting it into our own experience. So it's worth researching for sure. Sparky comes up next, says for people not to focus on demons or cryptids and realize there are many other things out there that act in the same way to scare off people. Good points. Sure. I think that's fine. I would love a little more examples of what he's talking about, but that's great. Gasman comes in next, said Sparky's got it right. Well, there you go. Too much emphasis on demonic entities. Do your due diligence and don't jump to conclusions. This community has turned into shows and watch hours hounds because no one wants to go through the evidence properly because it takes time and it's too damn hard. I'm still going through recordings from 2 months ago. Look at everything. I don't know what FF means. I don't know. I don't know. Don't fast forward. Okay, maybe that's what it means. Don't use electronics to help identify evidence. Use it as a tool. But again,
rhythm.
It says rhythm. Rhythm. Okay, rhythm. We got tuba and rhythm tonight from the Ghost Box. All right. Don't fast forward. Don't use electronics to identify evidence. Use it as a tool. But again, do the due diligence to verify. You do that, and there shouldn't be any area you're missing. There shouldn't be an area you're missing. Sure. I mean, there's also, a lot of things involved in that. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, it is important to go through the evidence carefully if you're looking for things like EVPs and you're sitting there recording for 8 hours in a location. Well, then you gotta devote about 8 hours to go through that because you don't know when it's coming. Might not be in response to something you asked. It might just be something that was recorded you weren't expecting. So, Annie Manul comes in next, says manifestation. There we go again, manifestation. I'm thinking both large and small, like the Philip the Ghost experiment, in which people deliberately created a fake ghost, but he came to be with moving objects and a whole lot besides. Or the Slender Man, which started out as an internet creepypasta, or the time I worked on visualizing $300, and that part came true, except they were barbecue napkins because I hadn't thought about the paper quality. What's going on with our minds that we help construct something real? Good point. As to how to research it, I don't know. You'd probably have to start with the physics, but there's always the issue of funding. I think the CIA has probably investigated this stuff a ton. It's just that it's all sitting in a folder somewhere under top security clearance or whatever. So we're not going to see it. All right, Chucky Danger was the one to ask. Okay, this is Spooky Izzy. I think that's how you say it. Ayzey. Comes in to say the helpful voices sometimes heard needs a name. Example, guy has a brain tumor and hears a voice telling him he needs an MRI. Just an interesting phenomenon, not well researched. Yeah, but I think it's more than just giving it a name. I think it's, where does that voice come from? How do we tune into that more regularly? How do we allow that to be accessible? And I don't know. I mean, I think that if we could tune into that truth more often, that'd be great. Is that a divine thing? Maybe. Maybe, and therefore maybe spirituality, meditation, that kind of stuff. But I don't know. Yeah. Great suggestions. Barbara Mora comes in next and says, underwater UFOs. The ocean is huge, and I believe there are or have been civilizations under the water. I agree. I would think that searching for them away from the tectonic plates would be a better bet for finding them. Probably true. I also believe that underwater caves and tunnels will be found too. Imagine the Kentucky Mammoth Cave leading to a subterranean oceans and lake. They actually just proved, apparently they just discovered, I don't know if it's actually true, just something that popped up somewhere that I read. And I didn't research it, but it's interesting because I did an interview with Brooks Agnew a long time ago, who's a scientist, and he was telling me that there were studies done with seismographs on the bottom of the ocean, in the middle of the ocean, on the bottom of the ocean, and they were basically able to record ocean waves crashing from underneath the crust, or in the crust somewhere, like a great big body of water with crashing waves coming from below us. And that kind of feeds into the hollow earth theory or something. Like maybe there are, but apparently something I just browsed and saw. And again, I can't speak to the authenticity of it, but they allegedly, according to this source, have found subterranean oceans that are bigger and more vast than the oceans on the surface of the planet. So not only do we not know what's going on with the oceans on the surface of our planet, but apparently there's more under the ground. And what the hell's going on down there? We know nothing about that. So yeah, there's worlds and worlds of discovery still to happen here on our planet. Rachel 101 comes in and said, my answer is similar to Annie's. Can a group of people manifest an entity into existence? Yes, that would be the Philip experiment that was done in Canada. Or can some force step into the skin that people have created through their own collective imagination? Good point. Yeah, there's a possibility that it's something assuming the personality of whatever's being expected. There's probably that. Plenty of that. Do certain structures act like antennas to create manifestation? Like haunted bridges, all metal structures, old stone buildings, standing stones, ancient forests as well. The structure and shape of the trees, ground could form the shape of an entity through the group energy of the living and geological structure of the forest. I wouldn't know how to study it except through interviews with local witnesses. Yeah, that's fascinating. Great thoughts. Certainly there's like the first Ghostbusters movie. Well, they were, that building was built, isn't it? A super antenna, not unlike NASA antennas created to send messages or receive messages from the cosmos. But yeah, interesting thoughts. Sure. Kieran Alberding says, I think more about ancient civilizations. There's so much there that I believe is paranormal, and they were very open about it. Rather than explaining things away as myths, I think they should be studied seriously as possibly something real. I can't believe all the things written about the gods they had were just out of thin air. There has to be some basis of reality if I'm making any sense whatsoever. Sure, you are. I believe the gods and things that happened in those times were of paranormal origin. Sure. Yeah, that's very potentially possible. And closing it up tonight is John T. saying, I say cryptids in general are of the paranormal world, and they are encroaching in city limits, and some are of the demonic nasty nature with the thinning of the veil. People should learn all they can about these things for their own safety. About a month ago, on walk in between two houses in high grass, saw something crouched down, resembling a possible hyena-type dogman or grizzly bear cub, rounded ears, and I know there are no grizzlies in Pennsylvania. Should have took a pic, but creeped me out. Yeah, that would have been a fantastic pic. I mean, who knows how it would have turned out if it was low light or whatever, but yeah, you're not used to seeing hyenas in Pennsylvania or whatever the hell it was, but that sounds creepy. Could have been a skinwalker, dogman, could have been a bear, I guess, or some other hybrid animal that came across from weird crossbreeding. I don't know. That's cool, though. Great thoughts, everybody. Thank you all for participating. And ladies and gentlemen, Chucky puts one of these questions up every week. So join the Discord, get involved in the discussion. Also on our Discord is all these other discussion threads you can get involved in. General, Bigfoot, Dogman, Ghost, UFO, extraterrestrial encounters, cryptids, music, which is cool. I've discovered a lot of great music in this thread. Strange phenomena, paranormal library, people recommending books they've read, movies, art gallery, humor, kitchen, and paranormal pets. So there's lots to discuss, and there's also voice channels if you want to use those. I think you can. So at any rate, go ahead and use them. They're there. Or try to use them, and if they don't work for you, let me know. Maybe there's permissions needed for that, but if you want to use the Discord to talk to somebody you know, then go ahead. I don't care, as long as it's appropriate. Just don't screw around in my Discord channel. Just keep it right. Keep it nice. But anyway, that was the question of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent job, everybody. Thank you again, Chucky. You hit it out of the park, as always. Interesting stuff. Thank you guys for all that participation. I appreciate it. That's pretty cool. How are we doing for time? God, it's already after 8. We're going to have to get to what the hell is that? And skip probably the article for tonight. Hey, Supernatural Station. That's Jaron. I'm sure. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing good. I like the pictures of the new studio setup. That's looking lovely, brother. Good job. All right. So that was the Discord question of the week. I just really am so glad Chucky's taking care of that. Does a hell of a job. I started that, and I was every show I was just sitting there. What should I ask next? And I just scratching my head, and then I forget what I already asked. So I probably asked the same question about 3 ways, and then Chucky stepped up and took it over. God bless you, Chucky. You're my hero. Refreshing water, or is it? No, it is. Just water. Got to keep my vocals smooth, or as smooth as I can make them. But, oh, that's amazing. I love it. I'll look that story up. Is that from the Underground Ocean one? Yeah, look it up. See what you find, Barbara. All right. We are going to get to the next segment of the show. I think I'm going to go into this one. And then if we want, we can close the show with some stories from that article if we get through everything else. But yeah, we're going to skip the Thought Catalog article tonight and get right to this. And what am I getting to? Well, it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for...
What the hell is that?
What the hell is that? It's a question I ask myself every morning in the mirror. So it's like, where'd that come from? Oh, that's me. That's a mirror. Okay. Yeah, just stupid humor. That's all you get, but it comes free of charge, so you got that going for you. You didn't waste any money on that. I interviewed for that position, question of the week. I got a letter 2 weeks later saying the position was filled. I nailed that interview. You did, but yeah, I mean, Chucky's hard to compete with, Wes. Sorry, man. I can make you a new segment if you want. We'll figure out something. I'm willing to work with you. All right, we're going to get to what the hell is that? And this is a segment we've been doing now for a while. John, don't feed into that dysfunction, John. What are you doing? So, oh yeah, I forgot what I was doing. I just went blank. Wes took me out of my lane all of a sudden. God bless him. All right. What the hell is that is a segment I started doing because I was getting really frustrated seeing a lot of the crap that's posted online. And I initially started it just to expose some of that AI crap that was going around. And there's more than ever now, so it's even got worse. But I was trying to just at least encourage people, look, when you're looking at stuff online, come at it as a severe skeptic. And if it still stands up but question everything is my point. There's so many threads out there where I was seeing when the AI was just becoming a problem and these people were all in on it. I just, oh my God, I can't believe it. you caught that. How amazing. What a great capture. Did you catch anything else? And it's like, clearly AI for my eyes. And I tried to at least give you guys some things to look at and think about that. What the hell is it?
ST.
It says ST. Does that stand for street? What about the street? What is it about the street, Ghostbox? What are you trying to say tonight? So far we got tuba, rhythm, and ST, which seems like street, right? I've never seen it do an acronym like that before. That's not even a word. It's just it's an abbreviation of a word. So I don't know. That's a new one. That's a new one. I've never seen it do that before. Whatever ST means, thank you for your participation. All right, I was looking at something because something popped up on my computer, and I don't know what the hell it is. What is this? Why is that popping up? That should not be popping up. I closed it before. There we go. I think I've got it figured out, but anyway. Let's get to this what the hell is that segment, and we'll dive into some of this stuff that I wanted to show you. The first thing I wanted to show you guys is coming from a YouTube channel, and I can't even tell you which one because there's no, it's on the shorts section. Oh, it's from AKASPLENET. Akas Planet. I don't know what planet is. Maybe that's another version of planet in a different language. But it's apparently, allegedly, I just want to say allegedly, first of all, very, very sincerely, it's allegedly evidence of, what the hell, of Three-Eye Atlas doing something funny. So I'm going to put it up on screen. You guys can look at it. Tell me what you think. I've been really fascinated with the whole Three-Eye Atlas thing for quite a while, but this is allegedly some footage that's claimed to be coming from NASA or somebody, but it shows some of the light switches that this thing has done. And I don't know that this is legit. I don't know that it isn't legit. I really don't know anything, but I want you guys to see it, because if this is what it's doing, that ain't no comet. All I'll say is that I'm not an astronomer. I'm not a astrophysical guy of any means. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at, but if this is legit, this is incredible. I didn't know it was looking like this. So here we go. This is allegedly the Three-Eye Atlas. It says, Three-Eye Atlas changes color after plasma burst. Scientists shocked. The mysterious interstellar object Three-Eye Atlas has stunned astronomers again after a sudden plasma burst. Its color visibly changed, shifting from bright white to deep blue and then to crimson. All right, and it is a video. We'll watch it right now. Again, this is coming from the AKAS Planet channel on YouTube. Please, subscribe, get involved on his channel. That's cool. But let's check out this video. I don't know that this is legitimate. I don't know what it is we're looking at, but if this is legitimate, I'm just like, oh my God, what if that's real? I don't know that it's real. Can anybody verify this? It's as much for me this time than it is for anything. I mean, because if this literally is footage that was shown of Three-Eye Atlas, that ain't no comet. So anybody have any insights on this? It's real, but that's not it. It's a galaxy. What's a galaxy? This is a footage of a galaxy, Annie? Okay, that's not real. Okay, good. Well, there you go. I have not seen any of the color changing stuff that they've claimed, that has been claimed, but I came across this and I was like, God, if that's real, that's not a comet. But okay, there isn't anything that clear yet. Okay, very good. It looks crazy, and I'm on the same boat as you. I don't know if it's real. Yeah, I don't know either, but according to our chats, which are some very informed people, they're saying no, it's not. And thank you, because I didn't know. And so I'm bringing it to you guys because I didn't know. But if it was, I was like, whoa, that is not a comet. But that's not it either. So is this actual footage of something, guys? Do you know? Or is this just a fabrication? Do anybody have Annie, do you know what you said? It's what did you say? It's a universe? I'm looking up. It's real, but that's not it. It's a galaxy. So this is actually a galaxy somebody captured. Okay. Well, I think it's beautiful. I guess it, kind of looks like a galaxy now that you say that. Yeah, I think we're okay. So a lot of zeros. AI, Kel says, yeah, everybody's voting. That's the other part of what the hell is that? I'll show you something. If you think it's real, give me a 1. If you think it's not real, give me a 0. If you're not sure, you're in between, give me a 0.5 or a point something. It's a lightsaber. It's a was that a Jedi? I didn't know there's a Jedi hidden out there. Okay, 0.2 for Supernatural Station. Okay, so it's pretty consistently. You guys, Barbara's halfway there. Can you post the link? Sure, I can put the shorts link in the chat so you guys can check it out yourself. Here is the link in all the chats for your review. I'm putting it in the YouTube right now, and I'm putting it over here as well. Okay, there's the link to the shorts, and whatever it is, that's pretty wild. Whatever that is, it's wild. What did Wes say? It's my I took the video from your mom's house. Was that cold medicine, Wes? It's like, what? All right. Yeah, you're welcome, Nerdy Dude Gaming. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it's fascinating. But if that was it, I was like, that's no comment. So thank you for the insight, guys. I really do rely on you for some of this as well, because I can't know. I can't know where everything is or what everything is. Because then I would be God. And then I'm not God. Just a little piece of God. That's like we all are. So, all right. That was the first one. Thank you guys for your insights and for your clarification on that one. I personally appreciate it because I was like, what am I looking at? This is really weird. I'm freaking out in a good way, but apparently it was nothing to see here. All right, we're going to go to this one. This is a photograph coming from the Paranormal Collective channel on Facebook. And I don't know. I'll read it to you in just a second. I'm probably going to blow it up a little bit here. Make it a little bit bigger so it's easier to see. The Paranormal Collective on Facebook. So check out their channel as well. And again, this isn't a critique of any of these channels. I think it's great to review this stuff, and some of the stuff they post is not going to be real. Some of the stuff they post is going to be real. It's the way it goes for any of us trying to post paranormal stuff. We can't know every time, and oftentimes they post it just to see what people are going to say, just like we're doing in this segment of the show. So please don't ever take this as criticisms of these channels. I really appreciate them hosting this stuff, and it's phenomenal. There's no backstory on this, but they give us a nice red circle, which always helps to dial in what the hell's going on. We love our red circles. But here's the image. What do you guys think? Anybody missing the red circle? It's right there. There it is. What are we looking at? I imagine the claim is there was nobody there. We don't know. That kid was not there. But if you look at the image, this looks like, whoops, going the wrong way. I'm going to go as close as I can. That's as close as I can get it. This looks like a glee club from a high school or something. I don't know, and it certainly wouldn't be weird if someone was taking the picture. What the hell is this? I'm sure it's a bag, but it looks like a kid's face. I don't know what this is. They should put a red circle here, too. But I'm sure the claim is, oh, that kid wasn't there. We don't know who he was. Wasn't there. It must be a ghost. And it could be, but it looks like a small child. That's what I'm saying. It's probably somebody's little baby brother who is along with the mom taking the pictures, and he's just dorking around looking for attention like kids do. But this is the one that actually is creepier to me. What the hell is this? I don't know what this is right here. The little, can you guys see that? Looks like a little face on a bag or something. I don't know. That's creepy. But there you go. Do you guys think this is evidence? Let me know. Give me the votes. It's time for the votes. Wait, where's the red circle? You didn't see the red circle. You're not much of a gamer if you didn't see that red circle. It's like an aiming reticle in your first-person shooter. A lot of zeros. Red circle must be Bigfoot. Well, no, I think there's 50 or so Bigfoot out here. You can tell in the trees. There should be lots of red circles. Probably some kind of Loch Ness monster out here too. And a few UFOs in the sky. Looking like clouds, probably. Zero, somebody could easily run into the frame. Yeah, it's probably somebody's little brother. That's just dorking around. But again, this looks like some kind of... Oh, these are masks. They're all holding up masks. Hell, it could be the Ron Weasley fan club or something. I don't know what we're looking at. Yeah, these are all masks they're holding. I'm like, what the hell is this head doing down here? Now I get it. They're all holding whoever the hell this guy is. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's Photoshop. She is not to ratio to the picture. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I was thinking it was like some 3-year-old kid just trying to get all the girls' attention like 3-year-old kids do. But yeah, they're all holding masks. I didn't notice that before. But that's what it is. They I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's a Harry Potter fan photo. Yeah. These are the Weasley lovers or whatever. I don't know. Or whatever. But anyway, there you go. I think we're all pretty on board that it's not real. Yeah, Barbara said Ron Weasley. Yeah. Yep. There you go. I think you're right, though. I think it is some kind of Harry Potter thing. They're supposed to... I don't know what the hell house, if they're dressed like a house or whatever. But anyway, that's the next one. I guess it was not a really good example. So I think we're all consistently like, nope, that's nothing. Fair enough. I think it's nothing, too. Where am I? What's my motivation? All right. Thank you, Sonny. This one's part of a longer clip. You guys might have seen this guy that has popped up. He's like a law enforcement guy out of Kentucky or Tennessee or something. And he's called the Supernatural Sleuth. And he does a good job. He's got some great, short form videos. I don't know if he does long videos or not, but it seems like a neat guy. And I've trimmed all of his dialogue off of this because it's not really important. But essentially, it's an Appalachian monster attacked their car. And it looks like potentially a pale crawler. You can watch the whole video. I'll put the whole video link in the chat if you guys want to listen to his take on it too. He seems like a great guy. I'm not trying to cast aspersions. It could be legit. It could be a hoax video. I don't know that he ever works on exposing hoaxes. I think he just kind of puts everything out there and says, well, this is the claim. What do you guys think? And then shows the video like most of them do. They don't really dial into, no, this is fake and here's why I think it's fake. But this is from the Supernatural Sleuth on Facebook. Give him a follow. Check out his videos. He does cover some really cool stuff. So I've enjoyed his videos, what I've seen. But here it is. These are, again, some guys are running through somewhere in Appalachia and they see this thing out in the field and it seems to be coming right at them. What do you think? Here we go. I'm going to show it. I'm going to push play and you guys aren't even seeing it. Here it is. Time to reveal.
Hey, what is that? Is that a bug? What is that? This is a bug, dude. That's a dude. Go, 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 go. Wait, stop right there. What is that? Is that a bug? What is that? This is a bug, dude. That's a dude. Go, 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 go. That's a bug, dude. That's a dude. Go, go, go.
Look at those arms.
Go, go.
It has creepy little spindly arms. I want to go back. Pay attention to the arms this time as you're watching it. I mean, it does literally look like it's got pretty broad shoulders, pretty wide chest, but it's got like these little straggler arms, which would be very much like the rake or ghouls, pale crawlers, as Lon calls them. I mean, it could be legitimate. They do seem legitimately disturbed by what they're seeing, and the way that it just runs with all abandon at them is creepy. But anybody runs at your car naked at night like they're gonna eat you. That's enough to stop anybody.
This is a bug, dude. That's a...
I'm gonna mute it though, but just pay attention to those arms. They're just so scraggly, and it's like doing this Walter Payton high stepping through that stuff to get to them. It's like, jeez, that's not what you like to see. I don't know. I there he is. There's the Supernatural Sleuth, again, he's done a good job on his channel. So please support what he's doing as well. Go back to the video, check it out again. What do you guys think? Is this potentially a rake / ghoul charging at the car? Or an underfed teenage boy? Yeah, I don't know that they let him out for grazing or whatever. I don't know. But let me know. Vote in the chat. What are you seeing? Do you think you're seeing something legit? I'll fast forward up to the actual stuff. Again, just keep it looping here. And this isn't his video. He's just doing a commentary about it. So Rachel's about halfway there. Zero, that's zero. What is this? Zero, that's just my friend Gary. I don't mind him. He tends to wander. Damn Gary. Yeah, could be. I don't know. Could be all a setup too, but they do sound a little disturbed. Rachel's halfway there. Karen Albeding's not buying it. Zombie running from the gin mill. John Temperance says. College hazing. Could be Pixie. That's a good point. Here we go. These pale crawlers are getting more intent. Yeah, it doesn't seem happy. Chucky's halfway there. Supernatural Station's all in. That 911 call still haunts me. Yeah, it does. That's creepy. Sharon Sunshine's at 0.4, so a little less than halfway believing. Could be someone that's been after them. Is there a backstory? None that I got. And again, I think I put the link, right? Yeah. The link is there, so if you guys want to check the video yourself and listen to his dialogue, it's pretty scant. I mean, there's not a lot of backstory on it. Cat's halfway there. Barbara's halfway there. I need more environment info. Yeah. That's not human. Yeah, that's what he said. Yep. Runs like a chimp. Yeah, I mean, I guess. He looks like he's pumping, like he's, and doing the high stepping like the classic Walter Payton from the Bears back in the day. But I think it's possibly a good catch, but I'm kind of undecided on it myself because obviously I don't think this is an AI. I think it was an event that was recorded, but the question is, was it a staged event or was it a genuine organic event? That's where you guys come in. What do you think? So, I don't know. Still say zero. Fair enough. Cat's halfway there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that one, but I think it's fascinating. Could be stickers to that field. Could be dragging his junk on a bunch of burrs. You don't know. I'd run like that too if I was dragging my junk through some burrs. Sticker burrs. I got some of those outside my house. They are nasty to dig out of cat hair and dog hair. And dogs and cats always find them too. Just come home and they got these wads of hair and balls, and then you try to remove them and you're stabbing yourself. Love those burrs. Anyway, that's funny. There you go. I guess that's tonight's version of...
The hell is that?
Yep, real talk. I think 0.5 looks staged, but it doesn't at the same time. Yeah, and the problem is kind of that it's literally about 5 seconds long, and that's about it, or 4. We don't have a lot of material to work with, and not a lot of backstory. So check it out, the full video. You can hear his breakdown of what's going on, and maybe he did say more than I'm thinking, but I listened to that. But then I just wanted to highlight the video for you guys. So check out his dialogue as well. Might be a lot more information in that. Would be hard to stage, yeah, but you just go out into the woods, have your friend strip down, go hide in the bushes, back up, and then record it going forward, and then, oh, get out of here, go, and do the high stepping thing, running naked through the woods. It's a stupid thing to stage, but it could be done. Just saying, could be done. I don't know. Crazy stuff all the same. There you go. That's the stories from What the Hell Is That? How are we doing? We're at 8:36. Yeah, we can squeeze in some of our next angle of attack here on the show. She's over me. Thanks, man. Yeah, I was, oddly enough, I was just thinking about that song. Not right now, but I'm thinking about it now. Thank you, Jaron. Yeah, go check out my Bandcamp if you want to hear some of my songs that I've written. BrentThomas.bandcamp.com. you can check out some of the songs I have available. And you can listen to them for free. That's fine. See what you think of my songs. We're on the wavelength, yeah. All right, so anyway, let's get to the next part of our show. And this is going to be one that we've been kind of skimming over the last few shows because, you know, we've been doing a lot of what the hell is that lately. Actually, it's been taking up a big share of what we're covering on the shows, and that's okay. It's a fun segment to look at videos and to just kind of weigh it out. And I love seeing what you guys think of those videos. Case in point, tonight, I brought a video that I was like, I don't know what I'm looking at. Is this really it? So I brought it to you guys, and you guys knew. So I love that. Great. Groupthink is always a good thing, unless it's politics. If it's politics, groupthink is usually a nightmare. But other than that, it's pretty good. Helps you dig into problems a little quicker, I think. So we're going to get to the next part of the show, which is this part where we go deep into the darkness, forge new paths looking for the cryptid corner. Hi, Maggie. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. It's okay if you're late. It's just good that you're here at some point or when you can be here. And life happens. Life happens, folks. Sheesh. And good thing we got Wes here because it's time to highlight his page because we're going to be talking about SasquatchChronicles.com. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another phenomenal site. This is the site that is the companion site to the actual Sasquatch Chronicles podcast, which you might have heard of. Unless you're living under a rock, then you might not have heard of it. But Wes has been keeping up this blog for years. A lot of amazing information. Sometimes posts other people's stuff as well. And it's a great repository for a lot of great links to check out. And a lot of it's Sasquatch related, but he's not afraid to cover everything else too, which is wonderful. So we're going to get into this because one thing that I've been absolutely amazed at is that Wes posts a lot of the listener emails that he gets. Now, obviously he has people reaching out to him all the time to say, hey, this one time this happened, or just this last week, this happened. And some of those become his podcast. They become interviews that he does. But a lion's share of them don't, because the guy would have to be making about 50 podcasts a week to put them all into interviews. But at least he posts them so we can all read them. So that's why I encourage people, look, go to the blog. He's got an archive that goes on forever, and you can read all of these things and more. So check it out. And if you're interested in becoming a member, you can certainly become a member. Never heard of her? Oh, she's a doll. She's a keeper, Wes. All right, here we go. Let's start out here, ladies and gentlemen. Sasquatch Chronicles blog. We're going to go through a few of the listener emails that he's got and see where we end up. Where the hell is my mouse? There it is. Sometimes I see it in my production software and think it's on this screen when it's actually over here on this screen. So I lose my mouse all the time. There it is. Here we go. Sasquatch Chronicles blog, November 6th. Something's on my property. A listener writes, I've been having some crazy things happening down here in South Georgia. Everything from strange footprints showing up in my backwoods, to my son being roared at, to full jars of peanut butter disappearing from my hunting spot. What's he leaving full jars of peanut butter out for? Unless he's baiting a Sasquatch, maybe? However, whatever it is, it's smart enough to twist the lids off before taking the jars completely. I've even had something thrown at me while sitting in my blind, followed by loud popping sounds like thick tree limbs being snapped. The only visual I've had so far was a pair of glowing red eyes at the edge of a power line near my hunting area. It ducked behind a tree and vanished before I could get a better look. One of my friends had a road crossing sighting just a few miles from here, and my sister and her husband both saw something about 20 miles from where I live. Is this an actual footprint? Oh, yeah. That's pretty amazing. I mean, here's the foot here, and I don't know if you guys can see this, but I guess I can't. No, I can zoom. I can make it bigger. Here's the actual print starting way up here at the big toe. And then, of course, you got the other toes splayed over. And then the heel, I guess, would line up with their heel, which would be right around here. So that's quite a bit bigger than the... Yeah, these are like man Crocs. He's got the camo ones. Hope he doesn't lose them because he'll never get them back if he misplaces those. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. Let's back out now. You can see it better up here, but yeah, this is a man foot, so I don't know what shoe size he's got, but I just wanted to showcase this since we were at it. That's a great print. I wish more people would get phones with LiDAR scanners. All the new phones have it, but you can get a free app called Scaniverse online, free app, and you can scan things like this. He could get a 3D scan of this print without needing to cast it. And theoretically, then you could take it and have it 3D printed and recreate that impression, and you could get measurements off of it or whatever. So yeah, that's really cool. Really cool. So let's continue here. Oh, I guess I continued right off the page. Okay. That was the whole article. Okay. That was it. So great footprint catch. That's pretty cool. Unless it's a girl's foot. I don't know. Is that a man or a woman's foot? Kind of getting the man vibes from this one, but I might be wrong. It's just kind of splotchy like a man's foot. It doesn't have the whole lady's foot thing, you know, the nice skin and stuff that all the women have, and all of us guys are like splotchy messes. So yeah, that's a great print. I guess I can only do it this way. That's quite a bit bigger. I don't know what size shoe he is though. I would love that information because there'd been a lot more we could have gleaned from that. There you go. Yeah, not a huge story, but interesting nonetheless. Nonetheless, folks, but we're going to go to the next one here, which is, I got to kind of move over this way. I'm always cutting my own head off because I'm leaning into my side desk over here, and it makes my head look stupid. All right, next story. This is the first one. Let's close it and get to the next one. Here we go from October 23rd, last month, just before All Hallows Eve, or Samhain. This is for an upcoming show, and I'm sure it's a show already by now, but it was going to be released. It's probably out there, so please go listen to it. It is Unsolicited Unwanted Run-Ins with Sasquatch. A listener writes, I feel compelled to write to you about my Sasquatch encounters after listening to your podcast. Thanks for taking the time to read this. I was born and raised in Charlotte, North Carolina in the early 60s and have lived here or just outside the city limits for almost my whole life. I've had 3 encounters with these animals, all unsolicited / unwanted on my part. Plus, I've never gone out looking for these creatures. It's not something that I would recommend for anyone to do. But that's just me, and I'm sure I'm a little biased after my run-ins with them. The first 2 encounters were in the late 70s in a heavily wooded and small, especially back then, suburb of Charlotte called Mint Hill, and about 6 to 9 months apart. I really had no idea that Bigfoot were even on the East Coast. I think I might have read this one already, but I'm going to finish it now. I'm rereading it. Sorry, it's a rerun, but it's damn good. So anyway, my only knowledge of them was mainly from the In Search of TV show that showed the Patterson-Gimlin film. I almost said Procter and Gamble. Jesus, what's wrong with me? Which I saw the original airing and made sure to catch the next time they showed it again, as I was very interested in those kind of things. My encounters began about a year or 2 later. First encounter, as a teenager, I used to practice walking through the woods with or without my shoes, trying to be as quiet as possible as I admired the way Native Americans were very skilled at this. One night, I accidentally snuck up on an apparent Bigfoot while doing this, and it was not very happy when it realized that I was there. Second encounter, a full visual head to toe of a white one on a full moon night shaking a tree right behind me. That's got to be about the worst thing to turn around and see. I mean, you know, there's just so much we don't know about these things. And if you turn around and it's right behind you shaking a tree, it's already agitated, obviously, because it's shaking a tree. But then you got to go, am I on this menu? Is that where this is going? Am I the buffet? That's the first thing I was thinking when I got growled at. I didn't know what growled at me. I didn't know it could have been Sasquatch. I had no idea, but I knew whatever it was big, and it was pissed. And I was just like, oh my God, is this where I get eaten? You know, I mean, that's the only thing that was going through my head was, I'm about to die. It was horrifying. So, all right, so where was it? Of course, I wasn't happy I was there either. Third encounter, fast forward 40 years to right before COVID hit, in the Uwharrie, North NF, Newfoundland. Excuse me. While mountain biking, well, so much of the time went by, decades from the first two encounters, and all the fear and emotions associated with these events started coming back to the surface of my emotions and constant conscious mind, that it was getting to the point where I wouldn't be able to function properly unless I started talking about them and trying to get these things out of my system, just from a healthy emotional state of being point of view. I was having flashbacks and couldn't focus on what I was doing, as an example, and it was becoming more frequent as time went on. I only started talking about these events to a very small amount of individuals since right around the third encounter, because I never wanted to give out false information if I wasn't 100% sure of what I was talking about regarding what I've seen and or encountered. I've since spoken with Matt Pruitt multiple times, love talking to him, especially since we grew up only a few hours apart geographically. He understands literally where I'm coming from, knows the terrain and the fauna and flora, and is very knowledgeable on the subject matter, as I'm sure you're aware. He's also the one that recommended I listen to your podcast after my many questions thrown his way. I probably owe him a few $1,000s that he's saving me on avoiding psychiatric help just by listening to me and recount these events and getting them off my chest. I'd love to talk to you and discuss these events if you're interested. And the good news is Wes was interested and has now made this an episode so we can get more information. I guess we did read this one before, but that was when it was posted as a listener email. Now it's posted as a upcoming show, so we can find out more about that mountain biking encounter, because he kind of glazes over that in this email. So to get the full scoop of what happened there, folks, go check out this episode. And again, it's unsolicited/unwanted run-ins with Sasquatch. That's going to be a good one. I'll have to listen to that one too. I haven't heard it. I would like to check it out. Okay, so we got one more here. And here it is, Sasquatch Chronicles blog, October 14th, mid-October. Who are you talking to? A listener writes, I'm from the Pacific Northwest, Oregon, and I would always go with my buddy out picking cones. Hemlock, cedar, and Douglas fir cones. We'd also go looking for chanterelle mushrooms that we would sell to get extra money. I love chanterelles. Mrs. Portal and I go out and look for chanterelles. We haven't this year yet, though. Got to get out there. We're always out in the woods. One time, him, his wife, and their son and I were going up Spirit Mountain near the casino, and his wife had to get out and use the restroom. We're waiting in the van as she comes running back to the van, jumps in the passenger seat, locks the door, and asks, "Where's Mike at?" I was sitting behind the driver's side like, I'm right here. Well, she's like, "No, you're not. How'd you get in the back of the van?" "I didn't get out." She says, "Somebody just crossed the road," and I'm like telling them to let me out, because I couldn't open the sliding van door from the inside. Buddy let me out, and I'm not sure what I'm reading here. So we're waiting in the van as she comes running back to the van, jumps in, locks the door, and asks, "Where's Mike at?" It was sitting in the driver's seat like, "I'm right here." She's like, "No, you're not. How'd you get back in the van?" "Well, I didn't get out." She says, "Somebody just crossed the road," and I'm like telling them to let me out because I couldn't open the sliding van door from the inside. Buddy let me out, and we went and explored for a bit and never heard anything. Okay, So she saw someone cross the road, thinking it was Mike, but Mike was in the van. So they got out and looked around, basically, is what that's saying. Okay. It was really weird, as she's a non-believer in anything like that, and I don't have the best posture. I guess you'd say I'm 6 foot with long arms, big hands, total Cro-Magnon look. You spelled that interesting, but look to me and the posture of a Sasquatch. So for her to ask where I was and say somebody just crossed the road, we all made fun of it because who else walks like me besides a Bigfoot or what? Really cool. Another incident that happened was up on Spirit Mountain as well. Me and a girlfriend were up there at South Lake. There's absolutely nobody up there. And this is back in 1999, maybe 2000. I started the campfire as it was getting dark, and I went to do a little night fishing. It was probably 100 yards away or so from camp. I had a bobber on and could barely see the floats when all of a sudden, about 10 feet to my left, what I thought was a fish jump. I got excited thinking, there's some fish in here. And then I thought, maybe it's a beaver. Well, a couple minutes later, I realized it wasn't a fish or a beaver. There was another big splash only 6 feet to my left, and it made the sound of a rock splashing into the water. I decided it was time for me to head to camp. I didn't say anything to my girlfriend. I just got into the tent and was thinking about what that might have been. And then I heard her talking. And that's when I shouted from the tent, "Who are you talking to?" She responded, "Where are you?" I was like, "I'm in the tent." "No, you're not. You're standing right next to me." I told her, "No, I'm in the tent." She came running right after that. We're wondering who it was she was talking to, and she swore she saw me next to her. We just kind of hung out in the tent, and things kept hitting the top of the tent. No big rocks or anything, and she was scared, asking, "What is that?" To ease her mind, I just said, they're just leaves falling. I don't remember how the rest of the night went, but I think we both just ended up falling asleep, and nothing else happened that night. Must have been adrenaline crash or something, because we were convincing each other that it was a ghost, yet we still stayed, and I never told her about the rock incident while I was fishing. We did get up and leave the next morning. So there's 2 times. I'm guessing the second time she probably saw enough that it looked just like him. Like it wasn't just, oh, you're just standing there in the shadows and I was talking to you. And it wasn't him. He was in the tent. So this guy twice apparently was mistaken for a Sasquatch. So that doesn't really speak very highly of his posture, at least. That's weird. That's very weird. Those tails will win you the alone challenge. What? Beavers can mess you up. Oh, really? Are they? Can they be aggressive? They look cute though, but I don't think I'd try to pet them. Obviously, you don't pet wild things, but yeah, I guess they can. They do get big though. That's true, Annie. They get huge. Could be like 40 pounds or something like that. I don't know, but that's a crazy story. I don't understand, what did she see though? That's the thing that I'm still asking myself. What if she thought it was him? Does that just mean she felt a presence next to her, looked over and saw this kind of slumping figure and, oh, it's him, and started talking? Or did she look and see it was him and started engaging until he started yelling from the tent? I don't know. I'm confused about that part. That's what I'd like to more information on, but still very cool. Very creepy. Is it a doppelganger thing? Potentially. I don't know. That's a cool story though. But you know what I do know? 40 pounds for the females. Males can get bigger. Yeah, that's a lot of animal. And those teeth, man, they'll gnaw you down to nothing. Pixie says, how is her eyesight? Yeah, that's a good question. Is it the same lady from both stories? She might need to get to a good ophthalmologist or something and get that checked, because that doesn't sound real encouraging. Yep, there you go. So I think that's the show, folks. I think we're just all out of time. It is now literally minutes before 9 o'clock, and there's nothing I can get into before the end of the show, which is generally 9 o'clock. So I think we'll probably call it here. Hope you guys had a wonderful night. Desperately Seeking Bigfoot with Brent Thomas of Paranormal Portal. I wouldn't say I'm desperate, just interested, not desperate. But anyway, that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys had a good time. Thank you all for joining me and being a part of the journey, as always. Please continue to... Now, here's the thing. We moved up to within 8 of 15,000. That's right. You heard it right. We are within 8. Well, we were. Let me look at it now and see what it's at. Let's see. 14,992. Refresh. 14,995. We're within 5. If 5 of you out there are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe. I'm just about to hit 15, and I've been dangling at 14 something forever. I just want to get to that 15. Make my day. Make my weekend. Get me over 15, will you guys? Just go invent accounts and get my channel over 15,000. It's getting there. It's growing, but that's what we got. Please don't go, Brent T. Don't leave us. Oh, you know, Grandizer, you always come in on the tail end and whine that I'm leaving. You got to get here earlier. Get here sooner. Oops.
The hell is that?
That's what I'm wondering most of the time. All right. Sorry I left that on. Left that stinger on. But that's going to be the show, folks. So I'll be back on Wednesday night for the next live stream. Remember, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, these live streams happen. Love to have you come back, hang out with me, and check out more. But, at least watch the replays. But please get subscribed. Please get subscribed. I really want to hit that 15,000 mark and move on to 20 next. And spread the word. That would be really cool. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. I will see you then. You have me hooked. Thank you, Nerdy Dude Gaming. It's nice to meet you, brother. Thanks for coming in and checking out the show. I don't usually get a lot of Twitch traffic, so that's exciting. And you stayed the whole show. You get bonus points for that, I'm sure. So that's all we got. So just want to leave you with these words that I always leave you with. We love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic. And remember to laugh as much as you can. That's the show, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time. Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard, 10 p.m. Eastern. See you then. Good night, everybody. Someday I'm actually going to update that closing screen. My thanks to our channel members. I'm sorry I haven't updated that. Then with the gifts and stuff, it goes up and down so much that I think I'm just going to change it to thank you to the channel members. So my apologies. I see it every time and go, oh, I got to update that. So good night, everybody.
Mm.